Welcome everyone to another episode of New Music Zone TV. I'm Craig Bellot, your host, and today we're in Brooklyn, the beautiful Prospect Park. And today we're going to be talking with a really talented keyboardist, producer from the Caribbean, hometown Dominica, Portsmouth. And this guy has been backing up some of the best artists in the Caribbean, from Rupee to Little Rick, from First Serenade. I mean, I just can't even remember all the artists this guy has been playing for. So his name is Alli Lawrence, and we're going to take this quick break. But when we come back, we're going to be talking with Alli about all things music.
Let your spirit take to flight. Let your heart run free and wild. Find your soul in Dominica, the nature isle.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here with Alli Lawrence, one of the most talented keyboardists, programmers in the Caribbean. So, Alli, tell us a little bit about how you got started in music.
Well, I started at an early age of 7 years. Started at Portsmouth Catholic Church, where I was devoted to church like most of I would say all my life. And I moved on to guitar first. Then I went on to bass. Then I started on keyboard like 10 years, and I was like 10, and then I just started moving up to newer levels. My first band I could remember was Ceramics Band from Portsmouth, and then I got introduced to Serenade by Carlton Winston. Then Archie, better known as Adrian Mitchell, he is the one who got me into studio mixing, recording, and all this stuff. And then from Serenade, I moved on to, I got an opportunity to go to...
Before you reach the Barbados, I mean, I know a lot of artists always, when they doing their interviews, they always say they got started in church, a lot of them. And to me, the ones who got started in church, they always end up to be some of the best ones. What do you think it is about the church upbringings? Maybe it's the style of music. What do you think it's about that really brings out the best in a musician?
I think, personally, in church, you don't really have a style to play. Church songs are spiritual songs, and to play in church, you have to. It's a feeling. So that's how I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's a feeling. Church just give me a type of feeling, and I just go with whatever I have. Whatever I feel, that's what I go with, and it is something that soothes you down. That you just want to play more.
So it's more like playing by ear, like you get that experience of playing by ear, backing up pastors, backing up singers, and it's you get a whole sense of that instead of more of the theory and the written music. Yeah,
there's something like that, because also when it comes for like a congregation singing in one let's say in one key, your choir singing in the next key, and then you have to like try your best to articulate, well, okay, well, which one is the best or which one should you do. So it's different challenges. Like church really starts you for out there. And it's up to you if you want to go out there, if you want to stay in church. Like most musicians stay in church, some just go like me. I just decided, to continue, my and further my musical status.
So what made you leave the church, and join the Serenade Band? What was it that really brought you away from that?
Well, before even playing with Serenade, I used to play I used to still play in church like whenever I can, because I moved out from where I was, and then seeing that I was with Serenade, I had different, how to put it, not opportunities, but new things were coming to me, and the time I used to put in with church, it used to come across that time. So what I used to do, instead of going to church like 5 days a week, I would actually go to church 2 days a week. So I still play in church, like where I am now, I still play in church in Brooklyn. So it's nothing like I don't really leave church. I'm still in church, but I just kind of slide out just a little bit,
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna take this quick break, and when we get back, we're gonna talk to Alli about some of his regional Caribbean performances.
Yo, this is Davil, aka DT, representing right here for New Music Zone. This man said, don't leave a station alone. You gotta keep it locked every time for shows it. Man!
Welcome back, everyone. Back here with Alli Lawrence from Portsmouth, Dominica, one of the most talented keyboardists in the Caribbean. So Ali's here with us, telling us about how he got started in music and some of his journeys. Alli, so from the first Serenade Band, what was next after that?
After first Serenade, it was how to put it, Calypso. I started doing I was doing arranging like for Calypsonians like Pat Aaron, also from Dominica. Then I got the opportunity to go to Barbados, And then I started playing for a band, a backup band. We used to back up like most of the artists, Bunji Garlin, Faye, and just call it. And
So how did you stumble upon that opportunity to reach Barbados? I mean, a lot of musicians in Dominica, they never leave Dominica, they never get those opportunities. What really got you that opportunity?
Well, there was a guy from Portsmouth by the name of Wayne Abraham. He was a guy who usually used to go like to most of my shows, and then he saw me. So what he said is I know of a guy that's calling to go to Barbados, but then he told me that, okay, so if I'm interested. So I said, well, thinking of Barbados, Dominica, and them times when I was with Serenade was like, I would say, the hit of the time then. So I was like, okay, let me just try it out. So it was close to the summer, and I just take the opportunity and I went down there because it was crop over season, and then I actually found a nice place there, and I just liked it, and then it started exposing me more. It just took me out from one region of where I was in my music to the next.
So who did you start to work with? What kind of artists as soon as you moved there?
What's his name? Biggie Irie was one of my first artists working with. He had just promoted a song, Now Going Home, and then I started working with Sinel Depster. Then who else? Then Bunji Garlin was next. Then we had Iowa George. Then let me see. Most of the other artists like Lil Rick. Let me see, Mr. Dale.
Okay, so what exactly was your role with these artists? I mean, what exactly did you do with them?
Program their songs. I used to mainly program their songs, and back them up, because they never. Most of the shows we used to be doing, like the band was marketed as a backing up band. So we were never like we were a band, but we were mostly known as the backing up artists then. So that was mainly like what we used to do. Play different places. We used to play our set, but our main role on a show or function is to back up artists. So that's how I get to know everybody else, and I played for a lot of people. Some of them names I can't even remember. So just on them, some things just for one time, something is just
Okay, so performing with some of these big time soca artists in Barbados, I mean, what are one of the things you've learned from as a musician from that experience?
From what I learned is just I learned more of the electronic type of like sampling and stuff, because back then I never really used to sample and do all this stuff, and I started using different equipment, different machines, and that's what it brought me to, just to the next level.
Okay, great. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to this quick break. When we get back, we'll be having more with Alli Lawrence.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl Shali, the princess of Island Pop, and you're watching New Music Zone TV. Log on to newmusiczone.com for all the hottest news on everything in music. That's right.
Hey! Hot what? TikTok, walk up, bad girls. Wanna ready to mash up this building? Here we go. Girls gone wild, rock gone back in style. See every soca gel dropping them bumper to the dial. Bang them down inside the bed, jamming till them bust a sweat. Every move them bump see neck. I'm watching, I'm breaking me neck. Go girl, TikTok, yeah, TikTok. Control that bumper. Don't stop, girl, don't stop. Control that bumper. Hot up, control that bumper. Walk up, yeah, walk up. Control that bumper. TikTok, control it. Hey, don't stop. Control it. Control it. Walk up. Control that bumper. TikTok, control it. Hey, don't stop. Control it. Control it. Walk up. Control that bumper. My gosh, baby.
Welcome back, everyone. Craig Bellot here, New Music Zone TV. We're here with Alli Lawrence, one of the most talented keyboardists in the Caribbean, talking about his experiences playing with some of the biggest artists. So, Alli, I heard this little confusion about, there was this Little Rick song called Girls Gone Wild. And I mean, I think I remember you were the one who programmed that, but there was a little, kind of scuffle as to who was the one who really created that. What's your take on that?
Well, originally, I was calling to the studio, like the guy had the song. I was calling to the studio, to basically, build it from scratch. As you can see, in the song, if most of you all have heard it, I did that Dominican feel with my accordion and all that stuff. And I basically did everything in the song other than like anything else to come in for like background vocals, all this was